Like what is there?
She
What is
wait, she
there?
knew? Who knew?
Didn't the doctor that he's married to right now knew about his wife?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. She was absolutely aware he was married. Jenny, you're fine.
Yes.
Welcome back.
I'm
She
just
knew.
getting more and more mad every time I listen. That's why I don't listen.
Have to. I'm like, I need to listen to it. I have to hear every single thing. No, they didn't know each other, but they do look like twins. He has a type for sure.
They exactly look identical. I'm
He
not
has
even kidding. They
he
look
sure has a
exactly
type.
the same.
He sure has a type.
And you know what? You know what? You know what actually came into my mind?
Hmm.
You know how she said it's like I was watching myself doing it?
Hmm.
What if that lady was actually doing the crime and they were in on it?
She's a medical doctor and OB. I doubt she would come and unalive somebody on his behalf. Girl, I think now we're just gonna sound like a conspiracy theorist. We can't say a practicing OB is gonna come to her
You
side
never know what
to
people's
the
motives
to
are,
the
though. You
cheating
never know what
boyfriend's house.
but you never know what people's motives are. You don't know what they're capable of, you know? So I don't
We're
know.
spiraling for sure, Jenny, because but it's scary. This is I'm learning anything's possible. Yes, we're watching the trial. It's getting intense, and also it's harder to.
Why was he searching the analyzing something topic?
I don't know yet, but let's wait until it goes into commercial so we can hear like a full thoughts once.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Guys, can you please like the live so more people can join? I appreciate it. He left so much for. Yeah, he's definitely creating a huge, huge reasonable doubt because why are you so focused? You're the one cheating and you're still investigating your wife. Yeah, now do you want to have anything like anything? Yeah. Mm, mhm. It was Wikipedia.
Right? And sorry. I something that we're
Yeah, 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 I know.
like, you know, the way that he does exactly why was he there.
So apparently his favorite singer that he listens to often, from my understanding, he was searching. He didn't search it directly. He searched to him and then went to his Wikipedia, and then he clicked on the Wikipedia's details about his life, and obviously unaliving himself was one of them. And he said that he was looking through the section of UN, where like how do I say this without SHOT? The main thing here that the prosecution presenting that is that they're trying to make it seem like Lindsay wanted to unalive herself that day or was looking into that, when in reality, he was the one doing that, and her attorney is calling him out for actually saying like this isn't Lindsay, it was him in her Facebook. Look, so I don't know. I think maybe he was creating a trail. Jenny, do you think he was creating a documentation trail? He wanted it to be documented so that yeah, I honestly feel like he was creating some kind of a trail that implicates her and says, "Hey, look what she did. Look what she looked up."
this is my theory, okay? My theory says that he wanted to get rid of her, okay? He wanted to unalive her, unalive those kids, and pin it all on her. But it didn't work out on his favor because she ended up staying alive, right? So he searched all that prior to make it look like that she was searching for,
That it was her, right?
yeah, it was her exactly. That's exactly where I'm going with this, and it actually makes sense now. Because why would you even search that? Why would you? It doesn't even not things are not adding up in this case. And if I was, the prosecutor, I would literally put him. I would. I'm actually glad that she has that lawyer. He's an amazing person. He's actually asking all the right questions, and he's putting pressure on him. And you can see from the way he's speaking too. It looks like he's a little bit shooken, a little bit hesitant, and when he was speaking and all that. And we need that. We need that person. I hope that they can find the right person that did that
Yeah.
and put him away for good. Because I like how they say trust your intuitions.
Yeah.
My intuitions is saying it's him. He did it. All
Fishy.
of this is he's the problem. He did it, and it actually making all sense now that we're here in the trial.
Mhm.
There's a new evidence that keeps coming up. you know. And we're hearing so many new things all the time. So I think for me, I'd say that I think he did it 100%. I'm saying 100%. He did it 100%. I'm telling you,
We're gonna.
I believe my intuitions, and it never failed me, you know.
I believe
And
you.
I feel like he did it. He is the problem. The main problem is him, and he literally used her mental state or mental illness, and against her, to pin everything on her, and it didn't work out on his favor because she's still alive. We
Oh
just
my
need to.
God.
Can they ask her questions? Is it okay if they ask questions and maybe hear her side of the story?
I don't know if her attorney is gonna want to do that, but maybe we're gonna see if she's ever put. Um, it says the public records show Patrick Clancy moved from Massachusetts to Manhattan in May 2023, about 4 months after the tragedy. He later moved into Midtown Manhattan high rise with Dr. Rachel Dennis, whom he married in April 2026. Exact details of the precise date they began living together under the same roof have not been specified in public records. What? What? Look at this. Lindsay said, I was so against it all. My first, we didn't have any sleep training at all. And she didn't sleep through the night ever until 15 months. And even after that, it was still a hit or miss. When my second started waking every 45 minutes the entire night when he was 3.5 months old, I knew we needed to help him sleep better because we couldn't survive like what we said, we couldn't survive like that. We didn't start sleep training until 4.5 months, but it honestly was not as bad as I thought it would be at all. Before training, he would either fall asleep nursing or rocking. So part of this sleep training was to get him to fall asleep in his crib. I did this by putting him in his crib and staying right with him, talking to him, rubbing his back, etc., until he felt.
Think the reason why he logged into her Facebook, do you think he wanted to erase all the evidence and pictures for kids?
No, I think that he was creating a systematic documentation of showing her on her Facebook, also looking at those unaliving, so that when she's actually unalive, those things could be there and it could be associated with her account, like her
Really?
Facebook account.
For me, I'm looking at
Yeah,
I think he wanted to erase all these pictures. Beautiful. I mean, we've seen
yeah,
many
yeah,
and
yeah.
seen this beautiful moment that she captured with her kids, her son and her daughter. They were out playing and doing fun activities. I think he wanted to erase all these evidence with her pictures and with her kids and everything. And basically make it look like that she wanted to get rid of the kids. He wanted to pin everything on her. I think, from my theory, I think the reason why he logged into her Facebook is because he didn't want the public to see these beautiful moments that she captured.
I try to click. Okay, hang on. I'm getting a call from work. 1 second. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, hi, love. Setahay.
وفي أنا وركا قوال وين تقدر
Waa noolahay. Ma kugu soo celin karaa hal mar meela ku jira inaad telefonkaa qabtaa raba ku kugu soo celinaya.
هيا
Hi,
حبيبتي
love. I'm so sorry. Hi, Latifa. Welcome. What does that mean?
I know for sure that she wasn't supposed to be alive. I know for sure that was not on his plan for her to in a I think it would have been, and to make it look like that she unalived herself when she's like done unaliving the kids. And it didn't work out in his favor because she's alive right now. But I think if we can hear her side of the story,
Yeah.
I think everything will be much more easier and clear for us, because I feel like I want to hear from her side of the story. I want to hear her, you know?
There is a photo that someone posted, and it has like footprints of a baby.
Bloody footprints of the baby, right? In the house.
Yeah.
I've seen that one too.
So who was like the kid that was walking around when that happened?
So one of the kids was alive when they
After.
arrived at the hospital. Is
Oh.
it the kid? I think it's the little boy. I don't know. Colin? Is that his name?
Yeah, but even if he was alive, they said that he was getting resuscitated, that he wasn't able to. They don't think that he was strong enough to stand and walk, that he was just having breathing.
Do you think that the little boy walked around?
I don't know, but it seems a little like a baby, so I don't think it's the bigger child. It looks like the little girl, maybe. I don't know, or her son. But I think why would there be footprints of a baby? Makes no sense.
I don't know. I don't know. That's this whole case is just giving me the chills. I'm telling you, and literally giving me the chills, and the fact that he's not actually showing any emotions, any compassion towards his kid. Those are his kids. Like why are you not?
So it
Why
says
are you not
here, I'm
showing?
going to read you like a little statement of someone's opinion, and I think this could be a conspiracy theory. Absolutely, there's no truth to it, but it also is very alarming. I'm like, it almost. So it says, I've been watching and digging and Googling the past few days on this case because it is not adding up or making any sense or lining up with her being the one to commit this horrific crime. First off, I think he drugged Lindsay and then attacked her. I think he played it off that mommy was tired and needed to rest and took her upstairs. And I honestly think that Dawson was the one who came upstairs and witnessed it, which answers two of my biggest questions. Why were why the children were found in two different spots in the basement, and also why the baby was able to be resuscitated but not the oldest two. They found Cora and Colin together in one part of the basement and Dawson in his office, but why? Because once again, I think Dawson witnessed it. I'm Patrick, and Patrick took him into his office so Cora wouldn't see him doing it. If Cora had witnessed what her dad was doing to Dawson, she could have escaped and gotten away. And then he attacked her after because if Cora was left alive, she would have been witness to what have a witness to have seen him take her brother in his office, and then I believe he left Colin alone down in that basement for a period of time after the siblings were unalived, and then he came back and tried to finish him off before calling 911. And I think that he attacked the baby later on because there would have been a question as to why Lindsay unalived the oldest two and harmed herself, but not him. And if that baby was strangled way earlier, they would have. What is that? Oh, my eyes are blurry. Sorry, because I'm wearing contacts, and if I don't blink, it becomes very blurry. What was I reading? And if the baby was strangled way earlier, there would have been no chance of resuscitation. How how could she, being drugged, have went down, attacked the older two children, left the baby there with him to go back upstairs and then go back downstairs and attack the baby and then go back upstairs to her room, like CUT herself, I can't say that, in multiple places, move the bed around and dive out of a window, end up being basically hypothermic in such a short amount of time. It does not make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. I'm telling you, it doesn't make. And whoever wrote that, I believe.
And then it says like maybe he was harming her first, and then the kids were aware, being afraid they would speak up. He took them to the basement.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my
Makes sense.
god, my stomach hurts every single time.
Me too. Me too. I'm telling you, this whole case is giving me the chills. Every time I read other people's theory, and I'm hearing all this it makes you sick to your stomach. You know? Like,
They said blood on one of the kids in the basement, but no blood trail to the basement. Bloody kid footprints upstairs. It was Cora and it was hers. It says in the police report that it was her blood, her murder. So what I don't understand.
kids, wait, I have a question. So the kids were not unalived.
He's
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at.
yeah.
The kids witnessed the crime scene. They witnessed doing something wrong. So he took her upstairs to finish her off. And then he came downstairs for the kids. Like you said, one of the kids probably witnessed it and seen what was happening. So that's why he ended up unaliving them.
Yeah, I think the biggest scary is that if somebody says I'm drowning and then you didn't do anything about it, and then you intentionally are cheating on this person, knowing she's struggling. Like it's
Aniga halayga digo the judge. Please aniga.
yeah, please be the judge. Be the judge right now. And then tell us how you would have handled it. Like what would you have done if this case was presented to you fully? Like
I wouldn't even ask questions.
but you have to. You have to be fair and balanced and just. And you can't be that if you automatically go on one side and say, you know what? This is
I understand that you have to be fair. I know. But
you have to be
I'm
balanced.
telling you as one-on-one.
Yeah.
It's just me and you.
Yeah.
Right? So if I was the judge, I would actually want to hear Lindsay's side of the story.
But you know what? They don't know if that's going to criminalize her more. I don't know.
No, listen. I would want to hear her if she's in the right state of mind. You know what I'm talking about? When she takes her medication and she's calm and she rested well, I would actually want to go to her and ask her questions myself. You know what I'm talking about? Ask her exactly what she remembers, what happened, guide us, make us go through exactly what happened on that day, exactly what happened to your kids. Do you remember anything? Ask her questions because they're only asking him questions. I understand that he is a suspect.
He's not.
He looks like a suspect. To me, he looks like a suspect. Okay?
He's not a suspect in the case, though. He's not an official.
He's not. But a lot of people are saying that he is a suspect.
TikTok is pointing fingers at him, the online community.
Actually, TikTok people solved a lot of cases.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you know that?
100%. I believe in the power of social media to connect people, bring truth to light. 100%.
Yes, read between the line, connect the dots.
Yeah.
And solve a lot of crime scene because clearly and apparently these people are literally dismissing him and they're not asking the right questions because I feel like he is the only suspect in this case. This person, Lindsay was dealing with mental health. She was dealing with postpartum psychosis.
Mhm.
She reached out. She asked for help.
Yeah.
He dismissed her and he left the kids with her. So if anything, he should be asked a question. He should be held accountable for every little thing that happened. Because she actually advocated for herself. She reached out. She told him that she wasn't feeling well. She needed help. She was hearing voices and...
Hang on one second. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
How are you?
Good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
I am well. Can I come to your office, please, and meet you in person?
Evening, madam.
Meet you in person.
Yeah,
When?
for sure.
Tomorrow?
Will I plan up? But tomorrow won't work for me. I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
But how about next week?
Monday
or Tuesday? Yeah. How's your Monday look like?
I can do Monday morning or afternoon. Afternoon is fine on Monday.
What time? I mean, how about like 2 o'clock after?
Perfect after Dhuhr, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
Okay.
Walal
I'll text you the address.
Hi, Jazakallah. We'll see you Monday. Sorry, I had to talk to my accountant. I need to fix some papers, so he called me back and I had to answer. Let's finish.
Do you remember that one day I saw you the first time I saw you here?
And I was talking about this.
You wanted to talk about postpartum depression?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then it was a little bit late for me, but you said you're gonna come back and jump.
And I
back
had
on
to
there
do
again.
bedtime. Yeah.
Yeah, so I waited for you for a while, and I think you came back, but I don't think you came.
I
Did you
didn't come back. Sorry. Let me be honest. I wasn't able to come back because I had people come over as soon as I put my kids to bed. And so then, yeah,
okay.
so my mom and my sister, I was talking to them and they were in my living room and they didn't leave until really late. And I was like, oh, I have to go to bed. And so I ended up going on live at like 7 a.m. Sometimes I do go on live after Friday, Fajr prayer. I don't like to go back to sleep. So I'll go on
See,
live.
I feel like we have different time zone. You know what
Where
I'm
do you
talking
live?
about? I live in Minnesota.
How do you have a different time zone than me, sis?
You live. You told me you live in the same. Okay, I forgot. Never mind. You actually didn't want to say exactly where you live.
Yeah, because I have a lot of rigid opinions where people saw that sankaran, you know, because Adan kanit runta u sheega. They usually think Somali ina ahay, but marka sharciga aan kala hadlo in aan la hadlo waxay dhahaan Allah tan. So ama way jecel yihiin ama way neceb yihiin. So I don't.
You know what? I witnessed that today.
Yeah, and either kulligood ama waxay dhahaan qof fiican aad tahay ama qof xun baad tahay. And so usually ayaga way u fududahay inay kusoo banaanka kusoo dhigaan adi iyo familkaaga iyo waxa dhan. So you 9 out of 10 times waxa ku dhahaa ha ani ma ka hadlo like Midwest aad deganahay hadee waxay weydiyaan ma confirm gareeyo laakiin dadkeena waa u sheegaa runta. Waxa ku dhaha oh walaal, you know, I tell them xitaa dadka ahay meesha kasoo jeeda wax kasta because I'm just like you're Somali. Maxay ku sameynaysaa, you know, worst case scenario qabiilkayga caynaysaa.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't care about my qabil. I don't do anything to contribute for my qabil. I do not. I don't know anything.
They don't do anything for you, so who cares?
I'm not a qabiliste.
إلا 1 year a year or 2 years كبلاري exactly.
Yeah, I always say wallahi ma anta hadda dadkayga caynaysa I would say yeah haye because adaaba dambi raadsanayo. I'm not joining the dambi like maxaa sameynaya? What am I going to do, fight you?
But you know what, I'm actually happy for you that you actually stayed away from that side of TikTok and you're here because I'll tell you why. Wallahi, it's nothing but headache.
Yeah,
I'm actually there, and all they talk about is qabil, qabiyalat, you know, corruption.
Welcome, infamous.
Corruption.
Yeah.
You know, waxyaalo loo joogin, nothing that actually benefits the community. Kama hadlaan.
Yeah. No.
So,
I'm proud of
like
you.
Maybe 1 or 2 other lives that I know that I go to that actually talk about things that are in the community that actually they want to see a change. You know, they want to sit together and improve things and look for a better future and stuff like that.
I'm an advocate.
It's only 1 or 2 life, that's it.
Yeah, no, wallahi, I'm an advocate. Like hadda hata I'm raising money for a Somali mom who's a nurse who's hardworking, who has like pesticide or something mold in her house and she has to move out to an Airbnb and her insurance is not covering it. So I'm actually asking Somali Snaps to post and like to donate to her. Ma aqani hata qof cadana iso wacaya. Nag cadan oo ani service ii sameysay soo wacday waxay tiri cidan Soomaaliya caawinaya and I just don't know waxa u sameeyo and insurance kama taqaana si loola hadlo. And so please waa ku barya. Oh, someone said wise words from the wisdom of Hannah.
Oh, infamous.
You know him?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
He's a great brother of mine.
Oh, mashallah. I love that.
I'm just telling you, you know.
Yeah.
It's always good to advocate for other people, you know, and stand up for the haqq. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
Obviously, stand up for what's just and what's right. Always talk about that and just advocate and you know, educate our people.
Yeah. No, I'm learning it's not easy because wallahi, whether you do it or you don't, you're doomed. I have been such a great helper of other people, right? And what happened to me was sometimes they say no bad deed goes unpunished. It happened to me, wallahi, where like I have done so many hours of my service and time for people. Oh, thank you so much, infamous. Where we have done so much hours in service for other people, only to bite me in the end. Like they were still complaining about me, and I was like, oh my god, there's nothing more I could have done better than what I have done.
They don't call you jasus because you actually speak more to Adam people because I've been called that before.
What is that?
You know,
I don't even know what that means.
Like I don't know, like a spy.
So I have to understand what you're saying for me to be offended.
Okay, listen. You will never see. I don't know. Is it me that saw that? There isn't a lot of people that actually fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
I agree. And I was seeing
Nowadays, people
Sharma
are
Boy
just
talk
over
about
there.
Dinta, and I was so disheartened on like قفوا كدمية وقفوا سجودة وحالة هاي. I don't even know the details. Si dambi قلت هاي حتى سينه هو وحو سمية and 100% hindi ko arag. But like there's a lot of lax and relaxing in our community when it comes to Dinta and Ilahi. And you don't have to be religious to be afraid of God, you know? You just have to be ethically and morally conscious. Mananihi.
Yep.
They think shit in
And they're not gonna understand that.
Yeah, I'm not religious. Surwala hirta. I mean, khimarki gwa hirta, but I wear surwal and I don't wear tight clothes, but I still am like sometimes I wear suits, sometimes I wear regular clothes. But I am not really religious, but at the same time, saladi de gamadafto, Quran ki go wa aqriya wa soma ilmihi go Quran kambara. I love.
And that's Islam kind of way that's all that matters.
Yeah,
right?
Queen, thank you so much for coming. And Nazir, thank you for inviting. Yeah, Samira Ali.
You don't harm anybody. You
So-
don't cause harm to anybody. That's all that matters, to be honest with you.
Hannah, you said, let's go back to postpartum. You said that you suffered postpartum. How did you know it was postpartum?
I suffered from postpartum depression because I was very emotional. I was crying all over the place. I was having a hard time sleeping.
Yeah.
But I never had
Thank you,
these-
Samira.
You know, I never had these thoughts where, you know, I never had that.
Yeah, but that's
It's just
psychosis.
That's psychosis. I never had psychosis, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
It's just a little bit of postpartum depression because I was a brand new mom,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and everything else was very new. Because I was taking care of my sister and her kids. Do you know what I'm talking about? So I already knew what to do.
I take care of my own younger siblings, my nieces and nephews. Been a mom
Yeah.
forever. Come in.
Yep. So I've never I don't know. I did not know it was postpartum depression. But I looked it up and I read about it and I'm like, yep, I'm suffering from that. But you know, one thing that actually helped me was one time I was
You wanna charge
scrolling
it?
through TikTok.
Yeah, what do you need?
That's not marshmallows, habibi. Maha marshmallows.
Let me know what you
Give
need.
me a minute.
I'll see you when I'm done. Okay. Sorry, my kid came to visit me. But yeah, so you're saying you ended up feeling like the cries and the being too much emotional was not who you were as a person?
No, but one time I was scrolling through TikTok and I've seen this dua that comes and appeared on my feed. And wallahi, it's what saved me today.
Really?
Because I was going through it so bad. And my husband I have an amazing husband, alhamdulillah, mashallah, mabarak. An amazing husband that actually helped me out, was there for me, was advocating for me, holding the kid, and he allowed me to go to bed. You know, and you know,
We enough more Somali brothers.
Yeah, Somali. Then the problem with us is you need to have a great spouse.
You have to have a
For
good
you to
husband.
go through something and to deal with it and to bounce back, you know? You have to have a great spouse, somebody who can be there for you, somebody who can advocate for you. And alhamdulillah, I had it all, you know?
Mashallah.
And I'm so grateful for him, mashallah, mabarak, right?
Allahumma barik.
So I ended up, you know, reading du'as and getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, opening the book and asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to remove all my worries, you know? And wallahi al-azim, the next day I woke up fresh. None of that was there.
Wow.
You know,
Alhamdulillah.
And I did speak to a therapist, you know, and I told her exactly what was happening. And she saw that I was actually doing a lot better. And she said, you know, for somebody who's a new mom, who, you know, and never had to deal with, you know, never saw this before, you know, and you're actually doing so much better.
Oh,
And then I was like, oh, thank you. So she just, you know,
I think
didn't
your
say a
faith
lot.
saved you.
It's my
Because
faith,
if
yep.
you don't have
Wallahi
faith
billah,
and you have
wow.
postpartum and you don't have the support you have with your family, you don't know what to
Well, you
do.
know, there's a lot of Somali sisters that I actually talk to on Instagram, here on TikTok, and they tell me that they are still suffering from postpartum depression and they don't know what to do, they don't know who to speak to. And that's why when I open my life sometimes and they come up and they share their stories with us, you know. But you know, some people lack, you know, empathy.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? So they would literally make fun of people and like and say, oh, so I understand that the religion and the Quran and the deen, it's a great savior. Magarana isa. We know that. We know because I'm Muslim and you're Muslim. We know that the Quran is shifa ba kujra.
Yes, but if you need
The-
iron, if you're depleted of iron and you need iron
you need
replaced,
to-
and you
yeah.
prayed and you read dua, you're still gonna have seizures, and you're gonna pass out.
Yes, exactly. A lot of our people don't know that. It's very hard for them to understand that. So what they say is, "Oh, you're dealing from depression to go and do this."
But who says you
you're
don't
gonna
pray
be
just
okay."
because you have depression, though? Why do
Yeah, but you
people
can also
assume
pray.
you're no
You
longer
can
part
al-
of the religion because you are
Exactly.
having depression?
You can also you can pray while you're praying. You can ask for help. You know what I'm talking about. And a lot of the Somali people don't know that. So that's the problem with our community. And when I speak about it, they end up like saying, "Oh, you don't believe in Allah? Yeah, you don't believe in, they question you, and I'm like, I never said that.
Hi,
I
Imad.
said there is an outside resource that you can look for and you can ask for help. It's okay to ask for help.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it's not one or the other, right? Like it's both science and God. Like I don't think you should say just because you are a Muslim you don't seek sign my period. I don't hide nothing. Like I am not ashamed of my body. There's nothing dirty about it. Being pregnant is a marathon. It's a health risk. It is something that is do or die. If you don't get the proper care, I suffered from hyperemesis, like HG, and I was pregnant. The day I get pregnant, I know 2 weeks before the pregnancy test that I'm pregnant because I'm sick. Everybody smells. Like I don't need a pregnancy test. And I throw up until that baby gets out of my belly. So that means when I had my first kid, I was telling my mom and my family, like, hey, Indo sprinkle, sprinkle. I told my mom and I was like, hey guys, I am sick. Like I would be in bed, not eating, throwing up blood. And you know what Halibi in the beginning? All women get pregnant and have babies. Why are you being dramatic?
Why are you complaining? Exactly. How? They say that.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm in pain. I can't eat. And they were like, how many months are you? 7 months. Willigan ma arkin nag wala otodawa biloda. Bitch.
Exactly.
I have a disease. I'm allergic to what's inside of me. And now they figured out there is a gene hormone that we women who have hyperemesis have a genetic hormone that we're lacking and that the child has. So I think it's like F something. And that gene, when you carry the baby and you're pregnant with that child, you tend to have a new hormone that wasn't in your body. And that is the reaction to it. And until that child gets out of you, you will continue to have that hyperemesis. So I literally was writing in my notes 2015 that I'm allergic to the baby in my belly and nobody believes me. Like this is an allergic reaction. Mind you, I went to 3 years of medical school before I suffered from kidney infection. So I know human anatomy and how it works. I took a class on embryology and I know biostats and how statistics work when it comes to the body and what happens to it. And so I was writing, I said, I know there isn't proof that like there is a that I can be pregnant, I can be allergic to my own child in my belly, but from what I'm experiencing, it's an allergic reaction. And it happened to all 3 kids. And guess what? Now there is a study literally proving what I wrote in 2015 that says like that is a chemical reaction from that gene that the child carries that I don't carry. So what is that called? You're putting in a histamine or some kind of hormone in my body that I don't otherwise have. So that means
that
like
your body is reacting to it.
Yeah, it's a foreign agent in my body, and my body doesn't want it and it wants it out. So what is going to happen? It's going to continue to fight it. Like my immune system is fighting it as if I am if it's as if the baby is a virus, when in reality it's I'm pregnant. But yes, Nastejo, welcome. Sorry we took too long to acknowledge you, sis.
Listening, because I was like listening your story. This is the first time I'm hearing I was allergic to baby in my stomach because I was the same, but no one ever told me that. Like, what?
I was writing about I have notebooks and notebooks about my period and how I felt since I was 13, because I think the first time I went to the doctor and got birth control for my endometriosis. She didn't know then what was endometriosis, but I would miss school in middle school because I couldn't go to school. I was throwing up. I had My legs felt like something was crawling in it, and I had body chills, and everything smelled so bad. Like when my mom cooked food, I was sitting outside. And they used to say, "Urma leedahay," but now I know it was endometriosis.
Oh, wallahi, billah, it's so nice to hear. Finally, I was not crazy when I was vomiting for like 9 months straight, and I couldn't eat and I couldn't smell, and I was just sick lying down on the couch. And I was
Really?
like, wow, wallahi, billahi, I was like,
I'm so sorry.
and but then alhamdulillah, now I'm done. Like,
Look at this. I'm
whatever
going to read
again.
you guys something. Says the largest study of pregnancy sickness uncovers 6 new genetic links. Okay, it says the study, which analyzed DNA from more than, sorry?
Imagine that, subhanAllah.
So it says the USC research teams that recently identified the hormone encoding gene GDF15 is a key driver of pregnancy sickness, has identified 9 additional genes besides the GD15. Linked to its most severe form of hyperemesis gravidarum, 6 of these genes have not been previously linked to the condition. HG, which affects about 2% of women, it's why it's understudied, right? Nobody cares about 2% of women. Even though I hear a lot, like 2 of the 2% are sitting here. And when you look at the...
Literally, I used to have an IV because I couldn't keep nothing down.
Oh
I
my-
have to have an IV and nurse coming to the house.
Same. I spent 5 months in the hospital. I couldn't even go home because I was developing infection.
And then I lost like 40 pounds. Instead of gaining it,
Same.
I lost 40 pounds. And I'm just like,
Did you get Finegrin?
yes.
I became so much at peace once I received Finegrin. Like I was like, even though I slept all the time, I was
Yeah, but
finally
you
able to
did
eat.
it. And I actually couldn't even eat until I was maybe 8 months. But I've never heard someone telling me you are allergic to this. I don't want to say it out loud. My kids are here.
Yeah.
That yes,
Don't say that to
right?
them. I'm sorry. I'm in a room by myself.
They're gonna be like, "What do you mean? You wanna?"
You're lucky you're here, bro. Leave me alone.
I was watching this trial last 2 days. Okay, that's why I was not even on TikTok because I was listening for 8 hours.
Isn't it
And
crazy? I drive, sleep, literally.
I was literally watching since yesterday, today, and then I realized that wallahi, the system, postpartum depression is a real thing. This woman was suffering. She was seeking for help for every single day, but the system failed her, wallahi. And I believe he did it. I'm sorry, I just believe he did it. Like,
Join the team, Hannah.
he did it. He did it.
Everyone believes he did it. نصيحه. Even what's your name again now?
Me, Nasra.
Nasra also believes that he did it. Everybody believes he did it, but you can't just.
I always say innocent until proven guilty because I want to be balanced and credible person. So I tried to stay away from publicly choosing a side. But I think it's important to like talk about this because imagine Lindsay actually وحرتها قبر Americana or أجنبية who has the education, who was labor and delivery nurse. And even her, like she didn't have the support. My heart breaks for our community. Like I think about us. I think about a community who thinks everything is a taboo, that you're not even allowed to speak about your own body.
I feel like you are going to be such a great person to advocate
Thank
for
you.
the community. You know what I'm talking about? Because I talk about, like I told you yesterday, I had a life. I was talking about postpartum depression.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of people come and they were putting their opinion and talking about it.
Yeah.
And some people don't even know what that is. It was their first time hearing it, you know? So
Wow.
I think you're such a great fit for that. If you actually come to the Somali side, you know, and talk about it. And
hooyadii la soo diraya marka iyo aabahay iyo walaalahay allah no sis ani dadkayga ka baqa waa li cishan karaa ani qof meel lagu ogyaha ahay weli and even though I'm married 12 years this year. What's app alidigaya? And I got a big family. That means I got to answer to them 700 times. Sorry, I did that. Sorry, I did that. Sorry, I said that. Like, girl. Didn't I tell you I was sensitive, Hannah? Also, you're not going to find a lot of Somali people who are honest about their feelings.
You know what?
Tulay bahay.
I'm following my mom on here. So my mom she is actually my best friend. Me and her are best friends. She
No.
actually watches me. She watches my TikTok. She watches everywhere I go. Wait, that time when I look and I'm a mom. Sometimes I look at the and she's there. Sometimes I want to say, "Oh, you
Wow,
welcome,"
I
but I'm
don't want my mom's phone. No, please.
my mom is my best friend. Me and her.
I love my mom, and I am
I
okay with
don't.
her following me, her being on my live. What I don't want is my mom having to answer to other people on my behalf.
Exactly.
And message
That's
also
what
diro, and then lead ho.
No one just understands because everybody is just telling you, what you are my high. Like, and I'm like, I just can't eat,
Yeah.
and I just can't, and I can't even keep any liquid down to the point like I got so dehydrated. I have to go to the hospital. They have to put me IV. The nurse has to come to the house. They have to switch. And then bear in mind, I had other children too.
Oh.
And my kids was like, I have 4 kids, so they were like 6 or 2. You know, there were babies. So the reason I'm so into this trial, I'm so sympathizing with this woman, what she was going through. It's just like I couldn't sleep for 6 months. I
Yeah.
have to breastfeed one baby and then wake up for another baby. And I just remember being depressed,
Yeah.
crying,
Yeah.
depressed, crying, and like, no one just understood. And I was just like, that's why I'm like, please, if you give me $1,000, $1 million, the markets, no more. Like,
So you didn't have itchy with your first baby, but you had it after?
the second.
Wow.
Yeah, the second.
That also shows you
And
like how kids are different and that genetic has something to do with it. Why you're
skating. Yeah, later. Skating. Sorry, I have a special needs son. He will come and ask me questions all the time.
You're
It's
okay. I have a
so-
son who's on the spectrum as well, but he
Yeah.
complains about his siblings 9 out of 10 times. He's like, "Mom."
Yeah, he just comes and asks questions. He likes routines. He will ask me, "Are we going skating? Or